Right, so on day 35 of this juice fast, I broke the fast. I did it out of, I think, like desire. In my head, I told myself, or the thought that came into my mind was, it's time to break the fast now. You don't want to burn out on juice fasting. Just eat some fruit and then transition yourself onto a fruit diet, and then clean out the rest of the mucoid plaque through eating fruit, or maybe another juice fast later. And I now recognize that voice was not the voice coming from the highest place of help for myself, because I broke the fast with fruit. I ate some dates and some oranges and some figs, and within 3 days I had eaten a croissant, I had eaten a packet of Oreos, I had eaten McDonald's breakfast, no meat, I didn't have any meat, and I can't imagine what meat would have done to me. And I've also, since breaking that fast on day 35, 3 days ago, had an evening of drinking alcohol. Now I don't know where that came from. Well, I think I actually do know where it came from, because I'm still a massive addict and I still am addicted to stuff. So once I broke the fast with fruit, most people who have done this as well, from people I know anyway that I've spoke to who have broken a long juice fast, that once you eat fruit, you will start desiring all of the other bad stuff that you used to enjoy. And don't get me wrong, it still tastes nice, it still tastes good, but what it does to you is not worth it. So not just physically, in terms of making you physically sick and robbing you of energy, which is what it does do, it also mentally, it breeds, I found myself more impatient. So if I can normally sit with myself, when I had eaten the bread and the Oreos and drunk the alcohol, the day after that, I was not capable of just sitting in quiet and peace. It was more of I could feel my brain looking for things to consume, like trying to get me to eat things or trying to get me to drink more alcohol. It's just, oh, what can we do? And I've recognized now that all of everyone's problems, anything anyone is doing, is to avoid having to sit with themselves, because once you're in a cycle of consistent poison, you're only going to look to escape it, and you may not even be aware that that is what you're doing. But everyone I see is just in a state of constant distraction. We can't sit with ourselves for 5 minutes without looking for the next thing, be it scrolling on your phone or eating this bullshit food or drinking or smoking weed or whatever you do. Even healthy activities. When people get obsessively addicted to, I don't know, going to the gym, and I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but it seems to me that we spend a lot of time avoiding just being with ourselves, just to sit and allow all the thoughts and the negativity that we all carry to wash over us. Because if we didn't all carry it, the world would not look like it does now. If we didn't all carry these problems and these traumas and all of this shit that we've got, the world wouldn't be so fucked. But it is fucked. It's not. Anyone who can look upon society and say, this is fine, this is great, then I don't think that they're functioning on a level of cognition that is of any use to anyone. So I really feel like if anyone watching this is on this path of cleansing and fixing themselves. You know what it does to you when you start doing it. You know how it starts purifying your thoughts. You know the level of optimism that it grants you, or that it uncovers that was already in there. So you can't actually give up, because there is a great responsibility here, because I see so much pessimism and demoralization and sadness everywhere, that this is necessary work. This is what we are supposed to be doing for the betterment of everything. Nothing is going to get fixed until we do this. Nothing. This is the most important shit that we can be doing. So it's important that we do it, and I recognise that now. And I probably will slip up again and eat some bullshit again. But all it's doing at this point is bolstering my my belief in the power of a fruit diet and the power of cleansing. That's all it does now. It's just like, oh, I've eaten this thing and now I feel angry and like I don't want to talk to anyone, and like, get away from me, person. And not to say I'm not like that anyway, because I'm a little bit of a nomad or outside of society person, but I still, when I'm feeling high and good on the fruit diet and through cleansing, then I'm happy to share it with people. I want to give the gift of it to everybody else. But when I'm eating the bad foods and poisoning myself, it's like I go really inward and guarded and defensive, and I don't want to talk to anyone. And all I want to do is numb it with alcohol and other foods and distractions. So this is really, really important stuff. So anyone that's on this path, you actually, like me and like anyone that's doing this, you will recognize the power of this and how it is the most important thing that we could be doing, and we need to continue. So that was 7 days ago, I think, that I broke that fast, and it's taken me 7 days. Last time I broke the 96-day fast and I descended into junk food diet for 3 months. That included some alcohol, that included a lot of McDonald's and just crap. This time it's taken me 7 days, because each time I do it, I'm recognizing more and more the damage that it has on us as individuals and as a species and a society. And you can do all the complaining about the way the world is all you like, but if you're not actively trying to better yourself through cleansing, now that you know the science is available, there are parasites inside of us, there is mucoid plaque, it does cause acidosis of the lymph system, and it does make you angry and low and sad and all of those negative things. So if you know that is the case, then why are you not doing anything about it? Because you're trying to distract yourself. This is the only thing that we should be doing. It is the only thing that matters, and it's sad, really. So this time it took me 7 days, and I'm back on the juice fast again from today. So I don't know, I'm going to call it day 1 again. So that was a 35-day juice fast. I'm back on day 1. I think it's helpful to count the days, because you know it becomes sort of like life at a certain point. But it's I don't know, I think it would be easy to get distracted if you don't count the days, because you have to sort of treat it like you're coming off of heroin or something, because of how addictive cooked food and all these junk foods are, and alcohol and all of this shit. So you sort of have to count the days. Personally, I think anyway, that's why most people seem to count the days that they're doing it. I think if you just didn't count, then you would struggle more, but I don't know, it might work differently for you. But I'm doing it from now, so I'm going to call it day 1. And I'm not going to put a time like a goal in because last time it was like I put 90 days on it and I broke it at day 35. But slowly my mindset is changing from a oh, we need to get through this and come off the heroin, which is food, but it's slowly changing into, oh, this is just how life should be. Because towards the end of those 35 days, I started getting little glimpses of like pure euphoria. that I don't have any words to in my vocabulary to explain. It was like a very, I'm going to try and explain it, but I can't. Just little windows of euphoria, and the frequency between them started, the gaps between them started getting less and less, so they were becoming more frequent, and they were lasting longer as well. So instead of just the little bouts of it that I was getting, I was starting to feel like that for like half an hour at a time. And I feel like if I just keep going, it's going to be all day. So until that happens, I'm probably going to make mistakes, because sometimes when you're detoxed, it's hard to keep the bigger picture in mind, because there's food everywhere, and everywhere you go, and it doesn't matter, even if you're in a big city or if you're in a tiny town, there is a McDonald's, there is a Subway, there is a posh restaurant selling like steaks and pastas and pizzas, and it's everywhere. Like, this is the hardest fight of our time, because we're fighting against our own addictions and desires, and we've been addicted to this stuff, indoctrinated into being addicted to this stuff since we were babies, because our parents didn't know any better, so they fed it to us. So this really is difficult, but you must do it. It is the most important thing that you can do. It's the only thing that we should actually all give a shit about as a society, because nothing is going to change until we become content with ourselves, free of poisons. It's the only thing that matters. So I'm going to stay on the fast from now, and I will keep updating on YouTube and Instagram, and we will see how it goes.